So I'm just addressing this question here about checking the foundation classes. Um, I'm going to assume that it's because let me turn on all the classes. All right. So, I mean, I could probably count on one hand, how many times I've had a foundation like this that's under this porch with this, amoeba-shaped wall. That's probably just exactly how it would be formed. Um, The only thing that I'm going to point out, and I guess this would be useful for any time there's kind of an anomaly like this. Um, so the concrete schedule is set to tabulate these footers and these walls that are of a certain type. So this is always a foundation wall as far as what type of object it is, and it's always in a specific class. Um, So this is a footers class and this is the exterior concrete class. So these are in the correct, well, this is in the correct class. This would be a wall class. This would be a footer class just because it's the bottommost member. So I would change that, even though it's not a wall. I mean, we already have a class that's designated for footer, so may as well keep the naming the same. So I would change that class, but because they're not walls, they're floors, which was actually probably the best way to do it. Um, they're not going to show up on the concrete schedule. So just go to the concrete schedule and I'll show you how to change that in case you don't know. So I double click to get into the edit mode and then turn on all the database headers momentarily. I don't have any, so here's the perimeter footer, and that's the 20 by 10 inch walls that are currently being tabulated by yardage. I could either make a new database line, or I could just steal one that's already here and just change the criteria. So there's no steel post footers on Paragon Homes jobs, and so I'll just and the way if there are no items in that category, then they don't even display on the worksheet. So I'll turn that back on. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to call it porch footer. And then edit the criteria, and it's going to be type is going to be a floor, and the class is going to be wall footer. Where are we at? And there's just one. And you can see that there's nothing under the yardage, and that's because it's currently looking for a 36 by 36 footing record with a volume, whatever. So I need to change that to, I can steal the formula from the basement floor because that's going to be the same type. It's going to be calculating the volume and dividing by 27 cubic feet. So I just highlight that cell, hit Command C for copy, and then put it in there. And there it is. So there's your porch footer, and then let's do, I'll just take this one over, I guess, and say porch foundation wall. Turn those off at the end, and you're done.